I ran into a video last weekend, and the creator of the video was pretty adamant that Wicca is not a reincarnation cult, and that those of us who think of it as a reincarnation cult are trying to rewrite history and are just making something up basically out of thin air. I'm not here to tell people what Wicca is and what Wicca is not. If you think Wicca is a fertility cult, that's your business. I'm not here to say otherwise. I disagree, but that's your prerogative. But when I say that Wicca is a reincarnation cult, it's not something that I'm making up. It's something that is supported by history and the writings of Gerald Gardner himself. If you're not familiar with Gardner, he was the world's first modern public self-identifying witch and also the architect of what today we call Wicca. He wrote two books in the 1950s, and they both mention reincarnation. I want to read from those books for you just for a second. In his first book, Witchcraft Today, in 1954, he wrote, "Primitive man feared to be born again outside his own tribe, so his ritual prayers to his God were that he might be born again in the same place and at the same time as his loved ones, and that he might remember and love them again." Also from Witchcraft Today, "By the grace of this great mother, we will be reborn among those we loved and will remember, know, and love them again." A few years later, in The Meaning of Witchcraft, he writes, "They considered it good that men should dance and be happy, and that this worship and initiation was necessary for obtaining a favorable place in the afterworld, and a reincarnation into your own tribe again, among those whom you loved and who loved you, and that you would remember, know, and love them again." There's one other thing from The Meaning of Witchcraft. It's a story that Gardner shares in the appendix. And he writes, "For there are three great events in the life of man: love, death, and resurrection in a new body. And magic controls them all. For to fulfill love, you must return again at the same time and place as the loved one, and you must remember and love them again." And that is what being a Wiccan is about. It's about knowing and remembering and loving them again. When Gerald was initiated into the New Forest Coven in 1939, he was told, "You belong to us in the past. Why don't you come back to us?" If this isn't a reincarnation cult, I don't know what it is, because it's right there. It's in the works of Gerald Gardner. It's not something that anybody is making up. Now, if you don't think it's a reincarnation cult, that's fine. But for those of us who do, we are certainly not rewriting anything.